Sir, it's Lynn from Tinker Tarot and Cartomancy. I'm here to do your October reading. Now, October is a doorway. It's the 10 and it's the 1. It's the end and it's the beginning. It's that threshold we finally step into, willing or unwilling, I must say. And, it's a transformation time when you're going to have the confidence, the energy, the creative ideas. You already have those, but it's now putting it into action. So in that line, you have the shock of the new. And you can see how much balance there is, how important balance is here, because I think something strange and different is coming into your life. And at first, it may take a while to be okay with it. Like at first, it's kind of shocking or strange or different in some way, and maybe not something you're used to. So, but it's saying to embrace this, to just let it happen, just flow with it, because eventually you're going to come to love it. Eventually, it's going to bring something back to you, okay, in a good way. So like I said, the sunflowers, they represent the seeds that are carried off and grow somewhere else. There's a small sign of travel involved here, but there could be public speaking, something new you do in your career that makes you feel uncomfortable at first, and then you always had it in you kind of thing. And there's music, that's the creativity. But she's right here on the crest of the horizon, right? And it goes right through her throat chakra. This is how we speak and how we're able to convey our message. So it's saying do it on a spiritual level. And then I'm using the Transparent Tarot this month, and that was a card from the Sacred Rebels, which I love this deck, as I probably said before. But the card that jumped out for you, and it jumped right out on the floor, so I figure this is a time card, is the Nine of Pentacles. And you can see this person relaxing, laid back, feeling confident, feeling proud of what they've been able to accomplish, what they've been able to do with their resources and their time and creativity. So in some ways, you're feeling pride and you're quite comfortable where you are. But I have a feeling that there's something else you want. It's not that it's more. It's different. Those creative juices are starting to flow in you, or someone new has come into your life that gets you thinking, that opens your mind in a new way. And you start to think about what that could be, because you may want more of a challenge now in your life, because you feel successful in what you've been able to do so far, right? So in the recent past, you have the Queen of Swords. This could be an air sign in your life, a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius person. This person could be very serious, straightforward. They make decisions based on the sense and strategy, and is it wise to do so? They've also been hurt in the past or recently, and which has made their edge a little bit sharper, them a little bit harder, a little more serious. This could be you too, Cancer. You could be a little more serious and really needing to speak your mind, to say your truth, There's also a spiritual element in the Queen of Swords. She's embracing spirituality a little more at this time, might be expanding your beliefs in some way, but And at first you may resist, you know, but I feel something is birthing here. You also have the Magician. And the Magician, again, the balance, being able to balance things and create something out of this, you know, hear and see the whole situation and know what's best, what's needed it. You know, the Magician has so many skills in every area that they're able to use at their discretion whenever they want. And so I feel like this, either you or this Queen of Swords in your life, is ready to take action, okay, based on what she knows, and she wants to take action. This is the very fiery side, the creative side, the passionate side of you that you want to go after, open up in your life, and maybe learn more about at this time. But I feel like in order to do this, you need, or you feel you need to cut away this side. You need to really focus on the other side. And it shows that there's something you're cutting out in your life, because look at the sickle goes over to this side, right? Goes over, and it's cutting something old away. It's old, it's dead, it's not useful anymore for you anyway. And it could be a way of thinking, because it is the Queen of Swords. This is our mental capacity, you know. This is the analytical side of someone. So it's being able to let go of that a little bit and be more passionate, be more creative, you know. Look at that side of, because sometimes our mind can tell us that's impossible, you can't do that. But our passion and our instinct and every feeling in us is telling us we can. And so you're really looking toward that side of yourself, saying, I can. I know I can do it, you know, feeling it with confidence, because you're very aware of your skills and abilities and a talent and your experience. You know, you're very aware of it at this time. So in the rest of, you start with the Queen of Swords, right? And this is really putting your mind to something, being serious. And then you have you have 3 kings in the rest of the body, and the kings represent maturity. So does the Queen of Swords, but the king means that you've really learned all the lessons in this journey. And the King of Pentacles, where you begin in the present, he's learned the lessons of how to care for oneself, how to know who you are, you know, and invest in that, you know, your ideas, your creative ability, your experience, but also at the same time taking care of oneself, because to put out all this energy, you know, in what you're doing and what you want to do, you need to take care of yourself, because you're working very hard. And the king has an idea. He's holding this pentacle, which is an idea that could grow. This is a seed that could grow, and he feels confident that he can make this happen, okay, because of his experience and his skills and all that he's learned. And then with the King of Wands knows how to make it happen. The King of Wands has all kinds of creative ideas on how to take the action. You know, the King of Wands has that idea, but puts it into action, figures out the plan, makes the list of step by step how it's going to be achieved, and probably even the problems that may come. This is another sign of maturity, of a work ethic, you know, a good at what you do, and how to approach something. You know, how to approach something. You take something and you make it grow into this, okay? And then you have the 10 Is that the 10? Yes, the 10 of Pentacles. So you started with the 9, and now you're at the 10. And the 10, like I said, we're in the 10 in October, but it is also the 1. It's where we're content and happy with what we are able to leave behind. You know, we can leave behind a story, a legacy, a business, you know, skills, you know, something you can pass on. But at the same time, you're not quite satisfied, and you want something new now. You want something different, right? But in you, there could be a slight fear of the different, like maybe just the confidence. But so here we have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles has the resources to move ahead with what he or she wants to do. This very much could be you as well, Cancer. This could be someone around you, an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn person. And then the King of Wands puts that idea into action. Look at the wand has the pentacle right on it. It's become, and this could be someone you work with or you're partnering with, because together their ideas are very successful, okay? This also could be a fire sign around you, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius person, but look at how it's combined perfectly, right? And then the 10 of Pentacles. Now, the 10 of Pentacles is also success. It's not just completion and boredom and new beginning, but it's successful. You know, it's something that could be long-term, partnership or idea, but that can go to the 10. Okay. Though that 10 too could be co-workers supporting your efforts, supporting your what you're involved in, what you're trying to bring forth, you know. I think you're getting a lot of support around that. And then in the future, near the end of October, and sometimes time is fluid, you know, it moves, and so some things could happen before that. Some things could happen after, as much as a couple of months after, you know. Remind me to talk about the Pluto return. Remind me. I'm not live, so I guess you can't, but hopefully I'll remember. So in the future, you start with the Page of Swords. And the Page is also new. It's a new idea. It's talking and networking, like a lot of communication, and also learning, training, you know, getting some training on something that could turn into something else. So if you're going into training to learn a new part of your job or a complete new job altogether, this is the beginnings, something that could really grow, that has a lot of potential, especially with the Magician, these 2 kings, and the 10 of Pentacles. Like, there is a lot of, what's that word? Potential. A lot of potential. But I feel like you could be doing training. This also could be a young person around you, one of your children, or kids that you work with, if you work with kids or younger people, and you could be trying to help them get motivated, help them learn how to take the steps, how to plan. You could be teaching this person or people. Yeah, there's a strong potential that you could be, because this person or people do not see their own value. You know, this value is piled up, almost about to topple over them, and there's a lot of it, but they can't see it. They can't see their own value. They can't see their own skills or experience or what those things could be leading to. Like, our experiences lead us somewhere. because, I think sometimes about what I'm doing now or what I've been doing the past 20 years, 30 years. But there were steps in my life when I was younger that was leading to me to that. And I didn't know it. And some of those steps I thought were mistakes. They were screw ups, oh, geez, I've screwed that up. And it wasn't. It was all part of the funnel that's leading you to do this or experience that or be there, And I feel like you have these people, or you or this person has a lot of value, but at this time they can't see it. So I think you might be teaching them, training them, helping them to learn how to motivate themselves, how to take action on something, how to see the growth, how something can grow, recognize. That's the first stage, is recognition. And then you have the King of Cups, and this is very much you, Cancer. The King of Cups is highly associated with Cancer. The King of Cups, see, it's transforming this feeling and growing in emotional security, emotional maturity. The King of Cups is emotionally mature. He doesn't take himself too seriously, does but doesn't, really wants to connect with others. But the King of Cups reserves something for himself. He doesn't give all of himself, but he really makes true, honest connections, has his heart in it, makes decisions based on if it feels right or not. But I feel like it's teaching or showing a young person or people in your life to take their value and how to do something with it. Also, how to recognize it, right? When you see the opportunity to go for it. So this king too might be teaching a little bit about instincts and follow your heart kind of thing, So I feel like it's an emotionally giving situation here. Okay. So, very interesting. In the cartomancy, wait, I'm going to tell you about the Pluto return first. So back in January, February, March, I'm not sure exactly what month it was. It was at the beginning of the year. There was a Pluto return, and Pluto only comes back to this position in its own sign every 12 to 20 years kind of thing. There's kind of a big range there, but it stays there up to 24 years, I think. But it could be as little as 12, 15, something like that. Anyway, so when Pluto returns, things that are similar that happened in your life 12, 15, 20 years ago are going to repeat themselves, okay? So in my life, like back in 2008, I think it was, I started working for a Native organization, helping people in the community. And then fast forward to back in January, but I left that occupation for a good 10 years. I got burnout from, helping so much, compassion fatigue, they call it. So I took like a 10-year break. And then just recently, back in January, I started working with the Native community again, helping Native people. And back then, I had to drive a half an hour to this little town where my job was, where my office was. And again, I'm having to drive to this little town, same little town, to where my office is. So that's very similar. So much is similar from to back then, you know. And I have to say, I have a unconventional way of delivering my message, and so again, that's repeating too. So I feel like a little bit like this is happening for you, and it's happening for everyone, actually. To tell you the truth, Pluto's a planet, so it's not just for you and I, but it's happening for a lot of people, and there's things reoccurring in your life because you have that experience from that time before. You've been there before. You know the routine. You know how to do it. And you're probably skilled or gifted at it too, because there's 3 kings here. So there's definitely some skill and gifts you have, okay? So in your cartomancy, you have the 6 of hearts, the 3 of clubs, and the 3 of diamonds. So 6s are steps, and this is in relationships, right? And it's also, you know, teaching or learning how to bring people together. This is 2 people, could be more, but 2 people offering the same thing. They're both putting in equal energy and emotion into something. It may be different than how you're doing it. You're doing it like this, and they may be doing it like that. But the energy is the same. The work is the same. The passion and the feeling, the love towards it is the same. So I feel like there's a relationship growing here for you. It could be at work with someone you work with. It could be on a team. You know, you could be on a team of 3 to 5 people. I feel like it's a small team. It's not like a giant team. And to work toward a common goal, to put, like, because the 3 of clubs is really putting your mark on something, really having an important contribution to your work and to trying to create something new, perhaps bringing it to life here, right? And the 3 of diamonds is initial success, initial, because it's the beginning to be successful. It's beginning to show results, and you're excited, you're happy, like this is all lining up right. Okay, so a lot of stirrings here, Cancer. So I've already shuffled these cards. I put them aside though because my arm hits them all and knock off the table. So I wait until the end to actually lay them out. I learned this layout and this way of doing cards from a mentor I had. Her name was Marnie. She's passed away now. And she started reading for me, and we became close. We became good friends. And I was right there until the last minute of her life. And she taught me all this. She was my mentor, you know. And she used to say, you either got it or you don't, you know. She was very, like, you know, straightforward, right? So in your present, you have the Jack of Hearts, the 8 of Diamonds, and the 5 of Spades. Now, so the Jack of Hearts is usually Cupid, usually someone that is attractive or attractive to you. It's also romantic, you know, someone making romantic gestures. And I feel like there's some sort of sparkling conversation. There's possibly plans being made, discussed, you know, but I feel like there's something, because I see a lot of positive in this situation. Possibly this relationship could again be a young person, could be trying to promote positivity and tell them good things and good plans and stuff, but there is loss there for some reason. Could be loss of communication, loss of those to take the ideas further you know, because again, I feel like the other person, or you do it differently than the other people or person, or they have a different way to do it. Okay, I don't necessarily think that it's wrong. They also might sabotage, you know, maybe themselves or the plan in some way. But don't give up, Cancer. Don't give up. Coming in and about the end of the first week of October, there's the Queen of Spades, Two of Hearts, and the King of Hearts. Now, the Queen of Spades is single, separated, widowed, divorced. She usually can be a bit cold, a bit, you know, like talk like serious in the facts, much like the Queen of Swords. She could have a bit of a chip on her shoulder, and she could not have a good attitude, possibly. She could be very dark featured, dark hair, dark eyes, dark skin, perhaps, dark featured in some way. And then the King of Hearts is very romantic, is looking at long-term relationships, something serious. And so again, this is a relationship of two very different people. Okay, this person looks at things very seriously and has been there, done that, you know, could have a rough or hard line, you know what I mean? But this person is softer, dreamier, but still, this is a really good match, a really good relationship. So whether this is a family relationship, it could be a friendship, or it could be a love relationship, you know, a relationship someone you're in love with. And opposites attract quite often and successfully. And you and this person see eye to eye. There's a lot of similarities and a lot of differences that bring a good balance into the relationship. But this person could be a bit hard, could be a bit cold. This could be just the way they are, or they could, you know, be for reasons, you know, what they've lived through, what they've gone through, or just how they see the world. Above you, you have the Eight of Spades, the Two of Diamonds, and the Jack of Clubs. So this looks like there was words between you and somebody. They could have been harsh words. They could have been, you know, friction where you disagree. You just disagree with someone, okay? And this is someone that you're in partnership with in some way. This could be business partnership. This could have to do with a financial arrangement. And I think you consider this person a friend. Also, this could be another young person in your life, one of your kids or something, and you may have to deliver the hard truth. Listen, I know what you want. I know what your plans are, but I'm not paying for it. We have to tell our kids every once in a while as a parent. But so I feel like there's some sort of negotiations going on here that, you know, verbally aren't as smooth, you know. Maybe you're not as smooth verbally, you know, you kind of are blunt or something, a bit harsh maybe, and are working out some sort of, because I still feel like it's a good partnership, but and maybe this is on both sides, you know, or all the people in the group has an opinion, you know. So, but it's very positive. I think you're going to be able to work it out. Now, in your work pile, this could be around your home, though. You have the Four of Hearts, the Ten of Hearts, and the Ace of Clubs. So I feel like there could be a party, a gathering coming up. It could be a family gathering. I also think that there's a possibility that you could be getting a new home. Possibly like renovations or something to your home. I feel like, because it feels like a housewarming, to tell you the truth, is what it feels like. Or saying goodbye to a place you've been in a long time, because you're going to this new beginning, this new start. There is something big changing in your life, Cancer. So you are changing job, career, something like that. What's the problem? My computer's beeping. I have no idea what's wrong. Hopefully everything is going smoothly. My volume and everything's good. It looks like it, but I just heard a beep beep. Anyhow, um, I don't feel like this relationship. I feel like it's more like home, or where you could be where you're working, but it feels more like home to me. Okay. And it's a celebration of some sort that you're really happy about. So this is the part you're happy about. Oh, a lot of tens. So there is completion going on. Here is the Queen of Diamonds, the Three of Hearts, and the Ten of Clubs. So the Queen of Diamonds is an older woman. She's over 50 for sure. She's mature. She could have white or gray hair, or at least underneath the dye. Excuse me. She's quite experienced, has a lot of knowledge, and is a very good guide or teacher. This could be our mother, our aunt, our boss. And this person, and this could be you as well, but this person thinks of you, or you're focusing on yourself right now, really focusing on what you want, your happiness. You're trying to keep it clean, your energy clean, and really work towards something good. And here you have another 10. I think you're moving. You could be moving jobs or home, or both. Okay, because this is usually the completion of a body of work that we've been doing, right? Because you want to give new passion to something, new creative passion. You may even want to make a difference in some other way, or in some way. But 2 10s usually means you're moving, or you could be moving twice in 2 areas. All right. And you're happy about it. You are happy. Happy, happy, happy. Where did that come from? Oh, yeah, here. I'm getting that mixed up with these ones. So in the foundation, you have this, that's the 9 of clubs, the 9 of hearts, and the 6 of diamonds. Wow. So there's something that's going to make you extremely happy, or has made you extremely happy at the work site. Okay. I feel like you're more invested now. I feel like you're working in a team or partnership that is successful, can really grow and be successful, taking steps. You could even be promoted, moving to getting more responsibility and more money. There could be a gain in your finances and your security. Okay. And this is around work. This is a wish come true, dream come true, something like, because here is the ace here and here's the 10 here. So there's definitely a transformation, a changing of the guard here. And I think this is where you're working towards it. You're really investing yourself, taking steps to make this happen. Okay. And then in the surprise is the 4 of clubs, the 6 of clubs, and the 4 of diamonds. I think you have every 4 in the deck. Yeah, that's a 4 as well. There's 2 4s there. And, well, you have 3 of them anyway. You also have a lot of 6s. It seems like things are multiplying for you. 2, 4, 6. And, so steps are definitely being taken here. The 4 of clubs is there's doubt of some sort, maybe even disappointment. And you find yourself at a crossroads, not really knowing which way to go, but not wanting to sit there in the middle. You're wanting to go in a direction, but you're unsure, you're doubtful, you're not sure which is the wise choice. And then you have the Six of Clubs. And the Six of Clubs is taking steps in your career at work. It's what you want to do. That's the direction you want to go in, but which one's the right one? You know? And then you have the Four of Diamonds. I feel like you want more financial security. You might want to be making more money, more ambition. You know, you have ambition in you, but you're not completely full of confidence. Like, you know, you can do the work, but maybe you're not confident that people will believe in you. Maybe you need to believe in you. But I feel like you're at a pause, like you paused, took steps, and then are at a pause again. But I feel like something is coming, like you could be getting a promotion at work, more responsibility. I feel like it's going to take a shift in some way. And I think it's going to be mentally stimulating, okay? So, wow. So it talks a lot about relationship and partnership with different people being, they're not like you, they don't do things the same as you, they have a different pattern. Their pattern is no better or no worse. It's just different than how you do it. And so you need a little time to get used to it, I would say. All right. I feel like there's a lot of steps being taken. At the beginning, there's a little bit of a loss. It's in some sort of conversation, and I think it's heartfelt. You know what I mean? Maybe the person or yourself is harsh. You know, they no filter, let's say, and says something just like it is, and the other person was like, it's a little bit harsh, you know. But I feel like you're able to get over these lumps, you know, and able to grow together. I feel like this is one of your kids, or it's a relationship at work, okay, that is about growing together, developing together. Even though, and you both may have this, or more people on the team could be vocal in a edgy way, kind of a bit of an edge, I feel like, okay? Also, you're either starting a new job or moving to a new home, one or the other, okay? There's huge transition, huge shift that you need to get. It's strangely beautiful, is what I want to say. I'm probably going to call it that. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great month. I'm excited to hear what this means for you, and I imagine you're going to be pretty excited too eventually. And you're going to be able to put all this experience and skills to work now, you know. Ruffle your feathers, spread your fan out, you know. It's cool. It's cool. All right, let me know. Talk to you later. Bye.